When the tornado hit Huntsville, the killer storm was captured on videotape by resident Greg Talley. Greg stood outside his home and took this dramatic video as the funnel cloud formed.
All clear and everything, and then it started getting black, and I just kept my camera up there, and it was the funnel coming through, but we didn't know it was. My mom came out here and said something about it, and sure enough it was.
Talley's neighborhood was not hit by the storm. The first call for yesterday's tornado came around 4:30. A funnel cloud was sighted near the old airport by Huntsville police officers training at the department's K-9 unit. The training site, located next to the Huntsville Municipal Golf Course, is now in ruins. One of the 3 officers at the site witnessed the tornado as it was bearing down on the city.
Saw another lightning flash, and we could see the funnel at that time pretty distinctly. Got on the radio, told dispatch that it was confirmed tornado, and we went to cover, and just 5 seconds after that it took the building out.
2 of the 3 officers were injured, but not seriously. As for the hard-working dogs, well, happy to report they escaped serious injury as well. The old airport is also serving as the city's newest landfill. Dump trucks are unloading thousands of tons of concrete and tornado-twisted steel along an airport landing strip. Many local contractors are supplying the trucks to transport the debris. Close to noon today, garbage stretched for almost a half-mile on that landing strip. The city says crews will sift through the debris before sending it to the Huntsville landfill. The same storm system that produced the tornado here in Huntsville first moved through the Shoals area yesterday afternoon. Hardest hit was the Green Hill community in Lauderdale County. At least 3 people, 3 mobile homes that is, were destroyed. Several homes were damaged, and trees and power lines blocked roadways for hours. One person was injured when his small truck was blown off a rural highway by funnel cloud winds. Al Whitaker and Alex Lynch of our Shoals Bureau were on the scene within minutes.
It looked like a bomb had exploded. This pile of rubble used to be a garage and woodworking shop behind a house on Highway 43 in Lauderdale County. Now it's mostly garbage.
It was a tornado. You could see it whirling.
Just a few feet away, we saw this pickup truck. Witnesses say the funnel cloud rolled the truck several times down an embankment. Less than a mile away, you could almost smell the destruction. At this trailer, the floor and furniture remained in place, but the walls and ceiling were in the trees. The 12-year-old boy who was supposed to be here when the storm hit wasn't.
And his bus driver would not let him out, thank God.
Otherwise, he'd have been here, wouldn't he?
He'd been here, because it was past time for him to be here.
What's left of the mobile home?
Nothing.
The residents of this trailer fled just moments before it was destroyed. They were lucky. So was Sarah Brewer's mother. She was walking towards her daughter's house and literally outran the funnel.
Oh, the Lord was with her. I know what got her in there.
God, you had to be scared.
Well, I wasn't scared about what was happening. My daughter was between here and Florence. Well, 2 grandbabies, that's what I was scared about.
We went down the hall and we didn't get to close the bedroom door in time, and last went through and but we're still okay.
Thank the Lord.
Authorities spent the day surveying the damage. Their reports should be available later this week. In Lauderdale County, Al Whitaker, 31 Eyewitness News.
The tragic tornado has made an impact on the sports scenes as well, as Mother Nature disaster destroying the works of Mother Nature. A good portion of the trees on the newly renovated municipal golf course were wiped out today by the twister. The 11th hole, one of the best holes in North Alabama, will not be the same since most of the trees were torn out. The pro shop was also destroyed, as was the driving range building and equipment. The course has been officially closed until further notice. Randall Scott, the municipal pro, tells me most likely about 2 months. The golf course, a thing of beauty, is now scarred forever.
Since yesterday's tornado ripped through Madison County, people have been working day and night, saving lives, sifting through rubble, and comforting those who are devastated. Most of us would call them heroes, but they don't look at it that way. They say they're just people helping people. You might call them the unsung heroes.
Hey, we're doing great. We're doing just fine. Everything going just great right here.
How long you been out?
Ever since about 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock this morning.
How long you plan on staying?
If we get things done, it'll probably come about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock somewhere.
The hardest thing so far is just keeping the spectators away and
keeping the non-needed people out of the area so that the workers can do the job they need to do. What do you have? Sandwich?
You want a hamburger?
Yes, sir.
What's been the hardest part today?
Just get out here.
Nah, there's no heroes. Just something's got to be done. We're here to do it, I guess. Whatever.
So we don't need this right now. If you could say something to those people who are going to help you, what would you say?
I'd say thank you and I love you.
It's part of any Christian job to get down here and help when they need help. That's a Christian thing to do.
There are literally hundreds of people across the Tennessee Valley offering help in any way they can. But there are also hundreds of people throughout the state that are also offering help. Gus Hergert has more.
When Hurricane Hugo hit the eastern seaboard, Huntsville stood ready to help with food, equipment, and manpower. As quickly as word spread through Alabama of North Alabama's plight, relief efforts began in earnest. Birmingham's Hangar 1 was one of the first to put together an airlift from their facility at the municipal airport. Thousands of pounds of food, clothing, and materials were brought throughout the early morning hours for transportation to Huntsville.
When people are in need, I try to help in any way that I can. And the coach was there, and I've been trying to find someone to give them to that needed them, because my baby had outgrown them, my husband had several, my son had several, I had several, and you can't wear but one.
Incredibly, the supplies came so often and in such great quantities that the airlift was canceled. Trucks had to be brought in to move the materials. Dozens of other businesses throughout central Alabama got involved as well, including a drive at WBRC-TV, our Birmingham affiliate. As Huntsville did for the eastern seaboard early this fall, central Alabama is doing for Huntsville today. In Birmingham, Gus Hergert, 31 Eyewitness News.
So we see that a lot of people are helping out. There have been concerns, calls coming from all across the nation, and they say that often tragedy and turmoil bring out the best in us. And I think more than anything, this situation here has pointed up something that we have known for a very long time. That people in the Tennessee Valley area are very caring and giving people that are willing to pitch in and willing to help. And I think that more or less reaffirms what we have known and what I have known from the first day that I arrived here 5 years ago. That's the feeling that I got from the Valley then, and that's what we're seeing today.
Oh, we've known it for 48 hours, but now it's official nationwide. Huntsville is a disaster area. That's what Governor Hunt announced this morning. He said President Bush signed a declaration to get federal help for our battered city.
Governor Hunt wanted to see firsthand the devastation caused by Wednesday's tornado. So early this morning, he came to Huntsville to visit the injured in local hospitals, see the damaged area, and then announced the federal government is stepping in to help.
Just proud of the kind of people we have. Even in economic development, they talk about the warmth and the feeling of our people, and this is just another indication of that.
And through your state office, will you help these people that may be less fortunate, that may not get enough federal disaster relief? Will you do everything possible?
We will. We're going to do everything we possibly can.
Meanwhile, the National Guard is in Jones Valley tonight. About 28 North Alabama Guardsmen have been cleaning up there since about 6 o'clock this morning. They say they've been getting plenty of support from the community.
Keeping everybody supported as far as fuel, food, keeping everybody squared away. And no problem out of the men. They're always on top of it. So.
The Guardsmen say they don't know how long it's going to take to clean everything up. Right now, they're just trying to clear streets and front yards. Demolition and cleanup of the Gates Cleaners at the Whitesburg Plaza came to an abrupt halt about noon today after one of the survivors from that store was convinced customers and workers were still trapped inside. Guy Becker was trapped for 3 hours under fallen debris, and while he and 7 people were found dead or alive inside, he thought there were more. Front-end loaders gingerly lifted rubble so that scent dogs could look for victims. But after hours of searching, no one was found. It was a very dangerous situation for the dogs and the human rescuers. Dry cleaning fluid was burning the dogs' noses when they sniffed the ground, and combustible propane tanks are still attached to the closed dryer.